Hi guys, welcome back to the riverbank. Today is a beautiful, sunny and warm day. As you can see, there are quite a lot of people on their way, even though it's a normal working day. But I guess these are some kind of school children now who are pretty loud in the background, but they should they should move in a moment. So today I also have a day off because I spent very long hours at a very tiring medical checkup, which I will probably also mention. But after this checkup, I decided to make this video because I got triggered. I got positively triggered by some people, and I will tell you one story. So maybe I won't tell you the topic. You will realize it later. The story begins with a dress, or actually with the dress I'm wearing now. Those of you who have known me for some years, who have always seen me wearing black stuff, you might be a little bit surprised. But yes, I also have a white dress. And I bought this dress I think 7 years ago. Okay, probably all fashionistas are going to hate on me that I should have thrown it away years ago. I don't really care. I love my dress, and it's eco-friendly and so on, to keep your clothes for a little bit longer. Yes, approval from a water bird, if you heard it. So I bought this dress some years ago because I wanted to have something connected to music. As you know, I love music. I'm a music person. I used to be a singer. A lot of my friends are musicians, singers, I know, bass players, guitarists, drummers, and so on. I'm a concert photographer. I used to deal with event organization and so on and so forth. So I wanted to buy something connected with music, and I did. And then, I was so happy. Then a little bit later, I was already with my ex, whom I mentioned some time ago. We were living here in the city, and I was getting ready for work. And I put my dress on, I put my makeup on and so on, and I came back to our bedroom to say goodbye and wish him a nice day, because he was always in bed when I was already working, actually. So, but he was awake. And I entered our bedroom. He looked at me wearing this dress, and he said, "Oh, you look so ugly." Exactly the keyword, ugly. "You look so ugly. And this dress, it looks like a shit. It's terrible. Are you going really to wear it?" I was shocked, and he continued "Do you really want to leave home wearing this? Oh, it's disgusting," and such things. Very nice thing to say to your partner, to your, I don't know, wife, girlfriend, whoever, or any person as the beginning of the day, ain't it? Yeah, so as you can imagine, I was really sad after that, and I didn't feel nice. Anyway, I went to work wearing this dress, and when I was at work, all my colleagues, all my female colleagues, it's also kind of important here, they were like, "Oh my God, it's such a beautiful dress. You look fantastic. The dress is great. Where did you buy it? I would like to have one too." And it helped. But I thought, okay, they are my colleagues. We worked at the time. Yes, at the time I worked at the attorney's office. It was quite a huge attorney's office. I'm sorry, I have some insects. Come on, oh, it's away. So we dealt with trademarks and patents, so highly specialized and generally kind people. But then I was coming back home, and I always went to work and back just on foot. Generally speaking, I prefer this way as far as it is possible, and living in Braunschweig, I always use that opportunity to walk as much as possible. So I was on my way, and I was going past a mall, and there I met a few women, complete strangers who just stopped to tell me that my dress is beautiful and I look fantastic, and they would like to have a dress like that too. So they were complete strangers who took the courage to approach me just a woman passing by just to tell me that my dress is beautiful and that I look beautiful. It was really uplifting. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We have some more canoes behind. Probably it's gonna be loud, but I hope you're gonna hear me. And then I had like a break wearing that dress when we were together, because as I told you, my partner thought it was really ugly and he didn't like it. Then I put on weight, and this dress was basically too small for me. Oh my God, what was that sound? Yes, this is also the reason why I was today at the doctor's. Exactly. Yeah, I can say it openly. I have suffered from diabetes for some years, and I had these problems. So sometimes it happened that I really put on weight, and even though I was keeping my diet, doing exercises, and so on and so forth, suddenly I was a little bit bigger. Anyway, then I don't know why I haven't worn that dress for so long, but today I decided to put this dress on, and I went to my doctor's, where as I said, I spent there long hours. And you know what happened? Exactly the same thing. First, the crew at the clinic, all those women who worked there, they were all like, "Oh my God, it's such a beautiful dress." By the way, they asked, "Are you sure it was a good idea to put on a white dress when you have those tests today?" Because I had to have my blood tested. It was this glucose tolerance test. So you have your blood taken, then you drink glucose, then you have after 1 hour you have your blood taken, and then you drink, then you have taken, and so on. Yeah, so when you basically bleed, probably the white dress isn't the most clever idea, but that's me. Fortunately, nothing bad happened. The point is, when they were so kind, they liked my dress. Then I can tell you, I almost fainted while drinking that glucose, and I posted a story where you could see me just laying there on one bed. And one of my friends reacted. Of course, she was worried if everything was fine with me, but then she immediately commented, "And you have such a beautiful dress." And then I was leaving, this polyclinic, the doctor's practice, and a stranger, also a woman, again a woman. "Guys, what's wrong with you? Don't you like dresses or what?" Another stranger just walking down the stairs. I was walking down the stairs. She was walking down the stairs. She stopped and she was like, "Oh my God, I have to tell you, but you have such a beautiful dress." And the same thing. Then I went. I was coming back home, and I went through actually the same mall I mentioned a few minutes ago, and there another, first one woman, two women going together, another woman and another woman, and all of them telling me it's such a beautiful dress, and they just cannot take their eyes off me and of my dress. And then the funniest thing was, I was too weak. I was too weak to walk, unfortunately, so I decided to go by tram home. So I went to the tram stop, and there was one woman sitting, and I saw her watching me. So I started laughing to her, and she was like, "I have to tell you something." I was like, "You like my dress, huh?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted to tell you." And we started talking about dress and about music, because she's really into classical music like Mozart, Bach, and so on. And it turned out that she was waiting for the same tram line. So we came back home together, just talking. So what I was heading to, first of all, of course, I wanted to tell you they have a really beautiful dress. No, kidding. Or actually not kidding. I like this dress. Anyway, I wanted to tell you how uplifting and nice and kind it was that some strangers, just approached me to tell me something nice. And this is exactly the topic I was heading to, of just being nice and kind and friendly to others, to people, not only to your friends or family, which is unfortunately not also that obvious, but just to strangers. And I used to be a person like that who was always friendly and kind. And then when my life got complicated and I got really bitter, I got really bitter and disappointed, I stopped doing it. Fortunately, I wasn't a person who just like hated on people, even though I somewhat criticized them in my private conversations, which was also not very nice. But not like proactively hating or criticizing people. But I stopped just approaching people and saying nice things to them. I stopped it for quite a few years. And I also criticized one thing. There are some people, especially a little bit older, like the boomer generation. So not like millennials or X generation, but people who are really older. They like to send those pictures as messages, no matter if they do it like I don't know, a text or WhatsApp message, or they post it on Facebook. You have those weird graphics containing some kind of a coffee cup, a lot of flowers, hearts, I don't know, deer or something, and those inscriptions: "Have a nice day," "I wish you a beautiful day," may your coffee taste great," or anything like that. No matter which language it is. I saw it in all language versions in all countries. And especially younger people, they find it really boomer. They find it really boomer and really cringe, and they criticize it that it looks, exactly, it looks cringe, and that it's weird, and why should you send something like that, and that it's stupid. Or I heard some people talk, or I saw some people write somewhere that their grandmas, aunts, grandparents, I don't know, parents or so, they send them such text, and it's such a weird thing, and they don't like replying to that. And the point is that when I was in this worst period of my life, when I was really bitter, I also criticized such messages. I found them really cringe and boomer and unnecessary. And I had to get back to myself and to my own energy to understand that these messages are actually very nice. I'm sorry, I was just observing the woman who was observing me, passing me by. Because there is a kind of a sidewalk, or a path here along the river. Anyway, so I never criticize them. What kind of shit are you sending here, or something like that? But I wasn't a fan of such messages. But finally, when I woke up, when I got back to myself, when I had my awakening, epiphany, enlightenment, call it whatever you want, when I really got back to myself, or started getting back to myself, like a year ago. No, it's longer. It's been longer now, a year and a half or something like that. First of all, since I followed this affirmation, actually promoted and suggested by one of my friends, Sonia, I love myself, I love other people, I love the whole world. I started not only, like affirming, I put it into the practice. Suddenly I was just nice and friendly again, as I used to be. And then you don't need to like remind yourself about that or force yourself. It comes naturally. So I started praising people and approaching strangers just like that. It's not like I wake up and I think, oh my God, I need to approach 3 strangers and tell them something nice. No, it's just, do you remember my video that I made exactly by this river a few months ago? It was like going with the flow, and I used this war metaphor, the metaphor of the river for going with the flow. Yeah, so when you go with the flow, it just comes with the flow. It comes naturally. So first of all, yeah, it comes naturally, but you also you just see more beauty. You just see more beauty in other people. some small things that probably most people don't even notice. You just see that that somebody has a beautiful smile, nice smile, nice hair, a cool T-shirt, and so on and so forth. And I cannot even count or tell you how many times per day I do it, because it comes naturally. Now I had this download that I did it like half an hour ago when I met my favorite postman on my way, because he had such a cool T-shirt with pit bulls. I mean dogs. I love pitties. And I told him, "Oh my God, you've got such a cool T-shirt with so beautiful pitties. I love pitties." And then it turned out that he grew up in a family who have always had pitties. And we started talking about dogs, and I of course mentioned my best friend Paula and her daughter Barry, who also have a pitty. His name is Hulk, and so on. Oh my God, I'm getting distracted. I'm terribly sorry, but it's things like that. So yeah, I do it on a daily basis, and it comes naturally with the flow. But sometimes I do it even consciously, especially when I see someone who looks sad. Really, if you see someone who looks sad, or you feel something, you feel this in their energy that something is not right, then I really feel like called to approach them. If somebody is really sad, you just approach them and ask if everything is fine. Of course, it's another thing, but somewhere in the middle, I always try to find something positive, and just to praise them. Praise their stuff. I don't know, dog, cat, if they are with a dog or cat, or something like that, because you cannot imagine how uplifting it is when you are so down and somebody approaches you and tells you something nice. So it's the one thing, just vibrating, just emanating. Is a better word. Just emanating this positive energy, and sharing it with other people, because if you give a bit of your positive energy to others, you don't lose it. It's not like that you will overgiving is wrong, but it's a complete different situation. But it's not like that you share it and then you will lack it. No, because the more you give, the more you get, actually. And it's like with love. Oh my God, and love and positive energy is actually the same kind of energy. It's the same vibration, frequency. Ooh, there was a hornet. I hope it's not gonna stay with me, because I'm also allergic. Thanks, nature, for distractions. So it's this saying something positive, and okay, I will move to the negativity at the end. But it's also those messages that I mentioned. I started seeing them completely different, because they may be a little bit like kitschy, cliche, cringe, or something like that, but they carry something positive. So if somebody wants to send you something positive, isn't it cute? Okay, maybe they find them like pretty, such pictures. Maybe you don't. Maybe they just cannot create anything else, or they are overwhelmed by the opportunities that, for example, I know which software, Canva, gives them, and they create such stuff. But isn't it much better and kind of, as I said, cute and wonderful that somebody wants to spread something good, something nice, something positive, instead of hate or hateful comments or something like that? So I started really enjoying such messages, and when I see that some of my friends or acquaintances, when they post things like that, and they are shown in my Facebook or Instagram feed, I always like them, and I always reply to them, because if somebody took a few minutes of their morning routine, or when they are, I don't know, maybe they have a lot of time, maybe they don't, but they still find a moment to post something like that, isn't it nice to reply to them? Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it a nice feeling when you can like it and they see that the likes come and people are happy, just like that, or even if they send it to you. Okay, sometimes I am, for example, already at work and I really cannot reply, so I try to at least click on this heart emoji and react and so on. So I wanted to to kind of make a contrast here regarding sending hatred, hateful comments and negative emotions. But I really don't feel like talking about negative emotions. I don't want to bring this energy to me, so I will make it short, because I just wanted to tell you that it's sick. It's sick. Spreading negative energy and hate and hatred and hateful comments and so on is basically sick. It means that something is really wrong with you, not with the person you criticize, not with the person who is the recipient of your negative message. No, it shows that your life sucks and you think that your life sucks and that you see yourself actually this way and you see your world this way, not this other person. And I really know what I'm talking about. As I said, I don't send such things. I don't post such things. Of course, I see them. Because if you click on any post, article or something online, you immediately see a lot of haters. Some of them are even paid for that. Oh my God, you're gonna pay in your next life a really high price if you earn your living being a hater. But generally, I also have a few personal and private haters, and I can tell you, whatever I post, whatever I say, if it's my videos, if it's something I cook, if it's it can be my selfie, it can be the photos I take at the concerts. There are few people who pretend to be my friends or friends of myself and my ex, because some of those people are the ones I met this way, that they used to be his friends, if we can call them like that, and then we got to know each other. Anyway, there is a group of people, not a large one, but a few, who just like have nothing better to do than to wait when somebody, for instance me, posts something and they criticize it immediately. I won't even quote it. However, I could. Sometimes it's directly like, you look like a shit. Thank you. Thank you that you see yourself like that and you are projecting it onto my person. But sometimes, it's like I cook something and the question is like, is it a dog food or are you going to eat it? Very nice. I can tell you what it was. I grated some vegetables because I am vegetarian. I also eat vegan quite frequently. So I grated something like eggplant, zucchini, carrots, and things like that. And I made kind of a vegetable pancakes thereof. And the question was like, really, is it a dog food or are you going to eat it? It looks and there was the follow-up. Every time you cook, it looks worse and worse, and I feel like vomiting. Then why do you watch my stories? The funny thing was that I got this kind of feedback from actually from two people. It was similar, but then all of those other friends, real friends, girls. For example, this girl I mentioned today, who was worried that I almost fainted, and who asked me how I was, and who praised my dress. That girl like screenshots everything I cook, and she says, "Oh my God, you're such a great source of inspiration." And and she can cook also really well. So sometimes she copies my ideas, sometimes she improves them, and she was like, "Oh, another great idea! I know what I'm gonna cook on Saturday," or something like that. So there was also a lot of positive feedback. Or regarding my hair, when I decided in December last year that I would like to have now a short hair, it was I needed it. I needed it. Probably soon I'm gonna change my mind, and my hair is gonna be long again. But I wanted to have short hair. There were again only men, guys. I'm asking once again, what's wrong with you? There were a few guys who replied like, you look like a shit, exactly, or you don't look sexy any longer. How can anyone look at you? I'm not doing it to look sexy. And you know, sexy is also inside, but it's too complicated for some people. So, you know, a lot of negative feedback, and then again, 50 messages from my mainly girlfriends, almost only girlfriends. Oh my God, such a cool hairdo. Yes, you look so different. You look so beautiful. Your hairdresser, warm greetings to Marta and Magda, two twins who are my hairdressers. And they are always the authors of the best ideas. When I go to Oberschlesien here in Braunschweig, I can tell you I go to a barber, to the guy who usually deals with men. Anyway, they were like, oh my God, your hairdressers are so talented, and so on. So that's the point. I got a little bit tangled at the end of this video. I'm tangled in my thoughts. So I'm terribly sorry if it got complicated. What I wanted to tell you, it's nice and it's great and it's amazing to spread some positive energy to the others. It's the best thing you can do is just to be kind and friendly, to say something nice. And the only thing to avoid is just to, you know, spread hate, hatred. You know, I always separate it because, you know, hate like being hater, this social media stuff and so on, but hatred is also omnipresent. So stop spreading negative comments. Really, if you have nothing nice to say, just please shut up. You don't really need to comment everything. And if you're so unhappy with your life that you need to hate on other people, do something with your life. It's high time. Go to a therapy, find a counselor, a psychologist, some kind of coach or anyone, because it shows that something is really wrong. Something is really wrong, and there might be someone who will help you. So I'm sending you lots of light and love and positive energy and compliments. You are all beautiful. Really. If you don't believe, go to the mirror and find at least three. Okay, it's realistic. 3 things that you like in yourself. If you cannot, ask your friend, a real friend, not a friend who will tell you look like a shit. Okay, love you all. Bye.